水量，喂，快加个水量，师傅，喂。
Мы на крыше. Тут вообще пи***. Мы все тонем, блядь. Тут все тонуло. У нас в доме вода до хуя просто. Мы сюда на крышу еле забрались, но тут пи***. Все смыло, абсолютно все нахуй.
The Ministry of Emergency Management in China has been proactive in addressing the challenges posed by Typhoon Gamy. Recognizing the potential for widespread damage, the ministry ramped up its emergency measures. This swift action reflects the gravity of the situation and the need for a coordinated response to mitigate the storm's impact. In response to the looming threat of Typhoon Gamy, a level 4 emergency response was activated across the provinces of Guangdong, Shandong, Henan, and Huai. This activation signifies a heightened state of alert and readiness to deal with the impending disaster. Additionally, Liaoning Province escalated its alert level from 4 to 3, further emphasizing the severity of the situation and the necessity for enhanced preparedness. Typhoon Gamy made its initial landfall in the Xi'an district of Fuzhou, Fujian Province, before moving northward. The storm's trajectory brought it through a densely populated and economically significant region, heightening concerns about the potential for extensive damage and disruption.
哇塞，吓死人了！
One of the most immediate and severe consequences of Typhoon Gamy was the torrential rains it unleashed across eastern China. These heavy rains led to severe flooding in several small and medium-sized rivers, with water levels exceeding warning levels in many areas. The resulting flood control situation has been described as dire and complex, necessitating urgent and comprehensive intervention. In the wake of the storm, government agencies have been actively consulting to assess the impact of Typhoon Gamy and develop effective flood mitigation strategies. This collaborative approach aims to address the multifaceted challenges posed by the storm and to implement measures that will protect lives and property. The flood control situation has been described as dire and complex, with several rivers experiencing water levels that have exceeded warning thresholds. The scale of the flooding has necessitated a coordinated and intensive response to prevent further damage and to protect vulnerable communities. To prevent casualties and ensure public safety, continuous updates on typhoon monitoring and warnings have been mandated. This approach aims to keep the public informed about the evolving situation and to provide timely guidance on necessary precautions. Efforts to eliminate potential hazards and implement emergency protocols have been emphasized as critical components of the response to Typhoon Gamy. These measures include identifying and addressing risks that could exacerbate the impact of the storm and ensuring that emergency protocols are effectively executed. In the wake of Typhoon Gamy, disaster relief measures have prioritized the prompt distribution of relief supplies to affected areas. This swift response aims to provide immediate support to those in need and to facilitate recovery efforts in the aftermath of the storm. China's emergency response framework for flood control is four-tiered, with level 1 being the most urgent. This structured approach allows for a graduated response to varying levels of threat, ensuring that resources and efforts are appropriately scaled to meet the demands of the situation. 9 teams dispatched by the Ministry of Emergency Management are providing support and guidance for flood prevention across various provinces. These teams are working closely with local authorities to implement effective flood control measures and to ensure a coordinated response to the challenges posed by Typhoon Gamy. Fujian Province has been particularly hard hit by Typhoon Gamy, with approximately 626,000 people affected by the storm. In response to the severe flooding and damage, around 290,000 residents have been temporarily relocated to safer areas. This large-scale displacement underscores the significant human impact of the storm and the urgent need for effective relief and recovery efforts. Typhoon Gamy has presented a formidable challenge to the affected regions of eastern China. The swift and coordinated response by the Ministry of Emergency Management and various government agencies reflects the seriousness of the situation and the commitment to mitigating the storm's impact. As the affected areas work towards recovery, the focus remains on ensuring public safety, providing relief to those in need, and implementing measures to prevent future disasters. Thank you for watching our coverage of Typhoon Gamy's impact.
多么壮观！路上面电动车啊、冰箱啊，全部都有得捡。